Good morning, Vikings. Today is Thursday, November 19th, day 2 in your schedule, and we are in White Week. I've always wanted to say that.
Wow, you're a natural. You should read the announcements over the intercom in the morning.
I should. Anyway, we're back with another spine-tingling episode of VTV. Leading off this morning is an interview with Raleigh resident Stephen Comley, who recently announced that he is running for President of the United States.
That's quite an ambitious goal. Sarah Magicomo sat down with Mr. Comley to find out what drives a man from such a small town to run for such a high-profile position.
Stephen Comley is the first Raleigh resident to ever run for president. In this exclusive interview with VTV, Mr. Comley talked about his run for presidency and how students could get involved in politics.
So, tell me a little bit about yourself. I understand you had a background in farming.
I was in business when I was 13 years old. I was raising blue Hubbard squash, 160 ton of it. And my dad, he asked me, he says, do you want to work by the hour or you want to go into business with me? And I decided to go into business with him. So that was really my first experience being in business.
So how did you get involved in politics?
Well, I was never involved with politics, but I got involved with trying to get our elected leaders to represent us the way that they should. My family's been in the nursing home profession for over 80 years. One of the nurses called me at my office and she says, you gotta come down and see Jean right away. And I said, what's wrong? She said, well, she's almost in tears. She said, Mr. Comley, you know I'm paralyzed. And I said, of course I know. We've been taking care of you for a number of years, Jean. She says, if the Seabrook plant has a meltdown, which is only 10 miles from your nursing home, what's the evacuation plan for me? And I said, I don't know, Jean, but I'll go find out. So I went over the plant and I asked them, and they said, we don't have an evacuation for her. And I said, well, you can't open the plant then until you got an evacuation for everybody. And they snickered at me. And they said, you got to go see the Nuclear Regulatory Commission. And I said, who are they? Oh, they make sure all the plants are safe. And I said, well, it sounds like they haven't been by here lately. My college professors always encouraged me in college to stand up for what I believe in when I know something's wrong. And I know something's wrong here. When the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, a federal government agency, is not protecting the people, then the people are going to stand up and protect themselves. So that's how it all started.
So, out of all the issues presented on your platform, nuclear energy is at the top. Why is that?
It threatens every other issue. And we can't afford a Chernobyl-like accident or a Fukushima accident in the United States.
So, why do you think teens should get involved in the political process?
Because it's your future. It's more your future than mine. And you have a responsibility to do that. This woman died knowing the highest officials in the United States felt she was expendable to keep the profits of the industry alive. And everybody could have their grandmother or grandfather in my son's nursing home. How far is the industry and politicians willing to go in Washington to keep this industry alive? There's counterfeit substandard parts in most of the nuclear plants in the United States.
Counterfeit substandard parts in nuclear plants in the United States. I'm not surprised to hear that. Why, am I surprised?
So, you brought a petition with you today. What is that about, and how can Triton students get involved?
Read the petition. If you agree with the petition, then you circulate it through the whole school. And that you're going to stand up for what you believe in. And when our elected officials aren't protecting us like they should, then you're going to get involved.
All right, thank you so much. It's been really nice.
Thank you.
In running for president, Mr. Comley is taking a stand for things he believes in and encourages students to do the same.
The winter sports season will be starting soon, and our Viking athletes will be back at it, representing Triton in spirited competition against our river rivals.
And as always, those games and matches will attract a following of rabid fans who have come to be known as the Viking ship.
Jack Fugier found out what keeps the Viking ship afloat.
All right, let's do this again. You ready? Give me a countdown. Go 3, 2, 1, go.
So do you think the football team is influenced by the fans?
Yeah, I think, they hear a chance out there, we're getting rowdy, like, get the boys getting amped. I don't know, yeah, yeah.
I don't think they influence the team because I think practice does that. I think the harder we practice, the better the team gets. But during the game, when everyone's screaming, I think that pumps everyone up pretty well.
Well, everyone really depends on their fans when they play a sport, so yeah.
Yes, I think the fans change the energy and the level of play of the football team.
How many games have you been to, like, for training sports?
Been to a good amount. Go to a lot of soccer games. Been to every football game. Getting rowdy.
I've been to 20 plus Triton games this year, and those include field hockey, volleyball, football, boys and girls soccer, and that's about it.
Girls soccer game, that was pretty lit. We had a nice fan section going on. It was cool. The best chants? The Big L chant, definitely.
Big L, Big L, Big L.
The best chance, let's go Vikes.
Let's go Vikes, let's go Vikes, let's go Vikes.
Do you think we have a respectful chant, like a fan section?
Yeah, we're respectful. I mean, we don't talk too much crap.
You think we have a respectable fan section?
Yes, we do.
I think our fan section is very respectful, but it can be less depending on the game. Say, rivalry week against Newburyport or Pentucket.
Oh yeah, I think we have a respectable fan section. We get rowdy sometimes, but I think it's all in all pretty good.
Who is Triton's #1 fan?
Triton's #1 fan. Chuck Frau. He's at every game. Always putting up those Snapchat stories. That's what's good.
I have to shout out Chuck Frau on that. Chucky Frau. Let's go Vikes.
Alright, thanks, Lou.
Right.
#1 fan is Chucky Frau.
Thanks, Alex.
No problem, Baba.
So, with interviewees before this, we've asked them who is Triton's #1 fan, and each and every one of them said Chuck Frau. So, in your opinion, who do you think is Triton's best fan?
Easily me. I've been to 20 plus games, that speaks a lot right there.
There's nothing more annoying than buying that tall iced coffee from Dunk's in the morning, only to have the melting ice cubes turn it into a diluted and flavorless brew by the end of first period. But what can be done about it?
Kayla Collins figured out a solution and shares it with us in today's life hack.
Are you sick of having watery iced coffee like this one? Here's a life hack to solve this problem.
One of our goals at VTV this year is to get a sense from the Triton community about what we believe regarding some of life's biggest questions.
Parker Castle starts off the series by asking if you think we're the only intelligent life in the universe. Here's what you said.
One question that humans have pondered for centuries is, are we the only intelligent beings in the universe? What do you believe, Triton?
I do believe that we are the only ones.
I have no clue.
Oh God, no.
No.
I think that humans exist on this planet, but there's other intelligent life out there.
There's so many planets just like Earth.
Because none of the other planets have enough atmosphere to be able to create other life, unlike ours. There's no water, there's no plants, no sun really. So ours is the only one that can actually hold life.
Maybe there's some aliens or something in Mars or something like that.
Yeah. I have no idea though.
I don't think that there's only one universe. I think there's like a bunch more. Because in that infinite space in which the Big Bang occurred, couldn't somewhere off like an infinite number of miles elsewhere have had another Big Bang?
We only see so far and don't know anything. We are like something smaller than something else can comprehend. Like there's things that we can't comprehend because it's smaller than we even know.
And what happens when the universes collide? Are we going to gain the intelligence and knowledge of that adjacent universe? Are we going to just implode in on ourselves? Will we even live long enough to see the day? Will the human race even exist for such long? Or will it be dogs that finally discover this adjacent universe? These questions can't be answered yet.
I have no clue. That's my answer. That's my final answer.
Thank you.
The majority of Triton students seems to believe that there is life somewhere else on this universe. Although we may never know for sure in our lifetime, scientists are making new discoveries every day. And maybe one day, under one of those space rocks, they'll make the discovery we've all been waiting for.
Thanks for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this episode of VTV.
For Zoe, I'm Dylan. See you next week.
If you mess me up on my best one, today is Thursday, November 19th, day 2 on your... I was going to say day 2 on your Viking. Jack Fugier found out... Oh my god.
This thing is disgusting. And as always, those games and matches will attract the following of rabid
fans makes me think they're like oozing from the mouth.
Alright, but I'm putting it on like this if that's alright with you.
Aren't I number 2?
How lucky you.
To a diluted and flavorless brew.
Yeah. You almost ruined everything. Crap, I have a test next period.
Let's go Viking!
I can breathe. Dude, I couldn't breathe. I need to take a shower, dude.